I'm a great believer that success is dependent on what we do correctly. And I voted for the historic tax credit and the transportation plan. And both of those have brought immediate jobs to Kansas in the construction industry. And the construction industry had about 29% unemployment. And when the minute that we voted for historic tax credit, we started the project in downtown Wichita, Drury Corporation on the Broadview Hotel. And all across Kansas, that'll bring construction jobs, and they're very highly skilled construction jobs. The same with transportation. We rank very high in the nation, #1 in fact in transportation. So we're going to continue to build on that with another transportation plan, continuing what we've done for the past 30 years. We had significant unemployment that is improving now, and I think a lot of us don't realize how unemployment is improving. The construction industry is leveling out, and we have had less, about a third less unemployment applications in Kansas now, with the nearly 1,000 aviation jobs that we'll lose with Cessna and Hawker Beechcraft. That once again will put us back, but I think that the aviation industry, while it's in a real crisis right now, the industry is really built up by NIAR here at WSU, the National Institute of Aviation Research. And I think we'll see that our jobs begin to grow even more than they already now in research and development. You know, we rank #10 in the nation in economic growth potential, biofuels manufacturing, alternative energy industry, and all of those are going to be future job growth for students like you. The Constitution of the state of Kansas, and I brought it along with me, Article 6, which I'd love for all of you to look up and take a look at. It says the legislature will provide for intellectual and educational, vocational and scientific improvement by establishing and maintaining public schools and educational institutions. And that is a responsibility of the state. Our founding fathers designed it that way. And there were proposals to decrease the state funding and increase personal property tax. And in my district especially, but really all over Wichita, with the unemployment and challenges that we have in seniors, personal property or property tax has gone up 80% since 1998. And for those of us who own houses, and especially seniors, they're getting really taxed out of their homes in areas like this, and in areas like my district around Delano, where we have a lot of seniors living. And so I believe that education needs to be funded by the state. It's a state responsibility, and that it shouldn't be passed off to local property tax owners. So we fought really hard. We got together a coalition of Democrats and Republicans, and were able to fund education this last year, and I'm hopeful that we'll go forward and continue to fund education with state and local dollars. It's a real challenge to continue down the same road we have been politically. I think that it seems like an easy fix, just cut state taxes. The reality is we have some of the lowest business taxes in Kansas in the nation, and so I am a firm supporter of not passing off any further property taxes for education. I'm motivated to run. I ran in 1998 and served in 99, 2000, 2001, and 2002. And I'm motivated because young families in my neighborhood need opportunities. And representing Southwest Wichita, I have a lot of folks in the aviation industry working in those industries, but I have a lot of folks working in the service industry, suppliers to construction industry, but the most important thing are students like you having the opportunities in Kansas to have a good job to go to when you graduate, to not have to move away from Kansas because you want to find a good job to raise a family, and you want to have good schools here. We're currently ranking number 3 in the nation in our schools, and we rank number 3 in quality of life. So I believe we have everything here for families to have a nice, secure, safe place to raise their family. But we have to have good jobs and opportunities for you when you graduate. We need affordable schools to go to, so the issues of tuition going up is a concern of mine. But that's my motivation in running, is the next generation. I am part of that baby boomer generation that is going to put an awful lot of responsibility on you when we overload the medical system and the nursing home system. And so the responsibility to you is one of the most important responsibilities that I have, because if you don't have the opportunities to have a good living and, you know, a living wage where you can work one job and still be able to raise a family, then we're all going to be in dire straits in the future. So students in the next generation and taking care of seniors is an important part in my district. All right, I talked a little bit about our ratings and our successes, and I think that you know, you hear a lot of doom and gloom during political season. You'd think that the sky was falling sometimes, and I think that people forget what a great place Kansas is in terms of our business climate. And I had mentioned that we rank our rankings, but the Business Facilities magazine ranked us number 10 in economic growth potential, biofuels manufacturing, alternative industry, and number 5 in biotechnology strength, employment leaders, and in wind energy and manufacturing, we ranked 3rd. So I think that that research and development out there is a key point when you look at your careers and what to go into. Those are all places that we rank very high in the nation. And I said our quality of life is ranked 3rd, our schools are ranked 3rd, and the Southern Business and Development magazine ranked us 3 as the highest, and they call us in the top deals and top markets. So we're ranked 7 by Polina Corporation, which is an industry publication, and CNBC ranked the top 10 states for business, and we were ranked number 11. So with 50 states in this nation, I think we're ranking fairly well with business, and I think we're on the right track. So when you hear from other candidates that we're in dire straits for our business taxes and policies, I believe that our policies are really good for business, and have in my term before, a pretty high ranking with the Chamber of Commerce. But I strongly believe that as a state, we must continue on that same path. Thank you very much for inviting me today. I really appreciate it.